the details will be disclosed. Yes, David.
Okay, all right. We have some more news coming in. UN Secretary General has offered his condolences to the families of those who've lost their lives in the Azerbaijan plane crash. He's extended his heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims and expressed his profound sympathy to the affected nations. The Secretary General also wishes a swift and full recovery to those injured in this tragic incident. Aditya, take our viewers through the details, please.
Well, exactly. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has expressed concern on the plane crash that has happened, and uh, what's more is that the Azerbaijan has declared a day of 1 day of mourning because so many people have died in this crash. So it is really an unfortunate incident at this time which has happened. It will this will require several retrospection on several accounts, on several people, on several officials as to what happened, what was the major cause of the crash. There were also some theories were coming up where somebody was claiming that a bird hit had where a bird hit had caused this crash, but it needs to be seen what are the actual reasons behind this crash, which will come in the times to come. Yes, Devika.
Right, absolutely. Mr. Sujit Pane sir, there's some more information, sir, that has come in from some of the survivors who've claimed that there was an attempt by the plane to land 3 times. Let's only please now keep visuals of the plane crash on our screens, and let's bring our guest onto the screen as well. This is, I'm quoting from an international website at this point in time, who've spoken to one of the survivors of the crash. His name is Rahimov. He has said that the plane tried to land 3 times, right? He says that the plane was on its way to land and then abruptly started to gain altitude. At this moment, he woke up and realized that the plane was unable to land on its first attempt. Then it got above the clouds. Below there was fog, heavy fog, and you could feel the strong fog. The plane turned around and tried to land a second time. He adds, according to my count, there were 2 attempts. The third time, something exploded. There was an explosion. When he was asked if the blast took place inside the plane, Rahimov said that it was outside and it tore away a piece of the aircraft covering. He further says that only experts and specialists will be able to give their assessments, but there was certainly an explosion. Mr. Pane sir, what do you make of some of these survivor counts?
See, we cannot trust too much on the survivors' report because they were under the shock. They won't know exactly what has happened. But similar incident took place in India also when the plane was landing on Dubai to Calicut. Weather was very bad. He attempted twice. On the third attempt, he landed late after the runway, went into a ditch, and pilots and more than 20 people were killed, 200 people were injured. It could be happened the weather very bad, pilots trying to attempt and all, he might have hit the ground. So many reasons can be there, but it is futile for us to decide what all could have happened unless we know really exact by getting the black box that contains the digital flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder. It will reveal 90% exact reason for the crash and all that. Because passengers are under shock, they would not really know the exact cause. Even the crew which has survived, they may be able to help to a certain extent. But when a crash takes place, a big shock, depressurization, you see so much effect on the body, and they exactly won't know what has exactly happened. Only there, since the war zone, maybe the neighboring country also monitoring whether a missile attack or what attack, or the pilot's mistake. He's trying to land again and again, he could not land properly, or he hit some objects before landing. But the bird hit could have crashed, such a big crash with a bird hit. Pilots are fully trained to control the aircraft in such incident, but it is a very, very serious thing that has happened and made the aircraft to crash and killing so many people.
Okay, all right. Mr. Pane sir, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast with your assessment of what's happened. On that note, viewers, we step into a very quick break.